January 14th through the 17th, use their app. They delivered sandwiches yesterday, and they were, got to be honest, I didn't taste mine. I devoured it. I swallowed it whole.
You inhaled it.
So I got a story in the NFL that's stunning me, and then one that's surprising me. And just hear me out on this. I don't ask for much in life. Why isn't anybody calling Nick Saban? Well, it's too old. We just had two presidential candidates. One was 78, one was 74, to run the country. And the 78-year-old won. That's global travel. 4 years of it. Nick Saban is a non-drinker and a non-smoker and is an Energizer bunny. He's burning 16,000 calories every game screaming at people. Does he look old? Pete Carroll's 69. He just signed a 5-year extension. Vin Scully was doing play-by-play eloquently by himself in a booth in the summer in his mid-80s. Marv Albert's going to be 80. Regis Philbin was laugh-out-loud funny at 78 years old on the air. Joe Biden's our president. He's 78. Nick Saban's 69 years old. Takes care of his body. I think he's in great shape. I think he's lost weight. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. Every time I see him on TV, he's eloquent. He's full. Belichick, 68. Pete Carroll, 69. Coach K is 73. Popovich, 76. Jim Boeheim, 76. Warren Buffett's the #1 stock trader in America. He's 90. You don't think Saban could get the Houston Texans right? You don't think Saban could go to Tampa if Bruce Arians isn't the guy next year with Brady in that roster? He was not a disaster in the NFL. He was 9-7, first year with Miami. The team doctors wouldn't allow him to get and sign Drew Brees. He went 6-10 and said, see ya. Thanks for flying United. I'm going off to Tuscaloosa. Why won't anybody call him? It's amazing. I mean, we got guys who have never been a high school head coach getting offered NFL jobs. I mean, you do know there's 7 openings. 4 of the guys they hire won't work. 1 will be a stud. 2 will be okay, but eventually fired. You're not going to give Nick Saban. You don't think Nick Saban would mop up in the draft for the next 4 years? He would crush. Urban Meyer is going to crush for the next 3 drafts. He's seen the tape on all these guys. Why isn't anybody offering him a job? Folks, you think when do you think I'm leaving? You're going to be looking at this ugly face for 30 years. I'm going to be eating Jersey Mike subs when I'm 80, breaking down NBA trades. Where's my teeth? I'm not going anywhere. This idea that he's 68 years old. Pete Carroll just signed a 5-year extension. Pete Carroll's wearing out his gum every Sunday on the sidelines. Do you treat your body? Pete's not a big drinker. He's not a smoker. He's thin. He's an exerciser. He's a movement guy. We've all been around 68-year-olds that feel 108. We've all been around 68-year-olds that feel 55. Nobody's calling Nick Saban? Really? He's never had a health scare. Urban's had a couple. Never had a health scare. Huge energy. By the way, he just had his best recruiting class ever at Alabama. Ever. Do you know how hard recruiting is? Recruiting's all energy and work. He got different coaches every year. He's hiring this guy and got to get rid of that guy and got to replace that guy. It's effortless. Every year he's great. I don't know why people aren't calling him. He wasn't a disaster. Spurrier was a disaster. Nick went 9-7. Doctors were like, you can't have Drew Brees. 6-10, I'm out. By the way, how'd Belichick do this year? It's amazing what you can't do in the NFL when you don't have a quarterback. You can't win. Nobody can win. Belichick can't win without the quarterback. Joy with the news.
No.
Heard on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
I mean, I guess you can keep beating Kentucky football. And I mean, I just think Nick is so young to me. What's he want to do? Does he want to just hang out in the lake? And
I don't know. I mean, the NFL is it's a different sport.
Well, he was pretty good. He was okay at it.
I didn't think he was terrible there. I think that the entire world would be a different place if that doctor hadn't made them pass on Drew Brees.
That's right.
Like, literally, the whole world. Like, you talk about butterfly effects of what's happened in the world since that doctor decided that Drew Brees wasn't capable of playing football anymore.
College and pro football.
Forever.
Can you imagine Belichick and Brady have to face Saban twice a year with Drew Brees?
Yeah.
Brady's career doesn't look like this. Belichick's doesn't. Saban does. College football's different. A doctor who hopefully lost his license. A doctor said you can't have Drew Brees. And that was it. And it's like, okay.
And here we are.
And here
And
we are.
Brady's in Tampa.
It's
and,
the
like,
only spot on his resume. Everything else is like,
It was interesting in Miami, I will say that, but I don't think he's incapable of transferring back to the NFL and having success. I don't think he wants to.
I think you're right, but God, when I watch him on the sidelines,
He could do it,
yes.
but I think he just decided like that's not for him anymore. It is a different lifestyle.
It's a better lifestyle.
Depending on what you want to do.
My coach he has to replace his
Saban
offensive.
doesn't have to work too hard to recruit now.
No, but God, does he have to replace his offensive coordinator every 16 months? God, it's
better than replacing your job every 3 years.
I don't know. In the NFL, the pensions are so good. Coaches don't do that. Occasionally, you'll lose a coordinator. Like Brian Daboll is going to take a job. But the bottom line is most of the assistants on that staff with their pensions, they'll just stay in Buffalo if they have Josh Allen for 10 years and raise their families.
Yeah, I don't know that Saban's worried about pension at this point either, though. I think he's good. So the Nets pulled off the blockbuster trade yesterday, acquiring James Harden from the Rockets. They now have a big three. So we were back down to big twos for a while with Kawhi Leonard, and now they have a big three.
Do they have a big? What do I get out of Kyrie? I don't know
on paper, they have a big three.
Right.
Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis is looking forward to see what they do together.
He wants to play there. We'll see how it goes. I mean, KD and James play together in OKC. Then you add another guy, Kyrie. Lost some key players. Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, but they look good on paper, and we'll see, how it goes when those guys, get in between the lines and get a chance to play alongside each other.
Well, we knew that even without Harden, they were going to be a very strong offensive team. Harden and Durant have combined to win 7 of the last 11 scoring titles in the NBA. So we know they can score, and they'll become the 5th pair of teammates in NBA history to play on the same team after winning multiple scoring titles.
But Kyrie didn't love being a 2. Now he's going to be a 3. I just don't think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where he's at mentally, and I'm not going to project that. I don't have any idea, but I just know as a basketball player, when he's on the floor, he's verbal, he's in control, and that's hard. So is James Harden. So I just think it's a weird chemistry play.
I think chemistry is the biggest question because we've seen these teams come together before. Obviously, the Miami Heat is the biggest example of that. Everyone thought it was going to be an instant situation. And look, they didn't make it to the finals, so it's not like it was a disaster the first year. But it